Something unusual is happening right now. While headlines scream about border control and immigration crackdowns, some countries are quietly doing the opposite. They're not lowering standards, they're not opening borders blindly, they're doing something far more strategic. They're redesigning their systems so that the right people can stay long-term, faster, clearer, and with fewer obstacles. In some cases more apart than it was 15 years ago. But almost nobody is talking about it. Because the real competition between nations today isn't about land. It's about talent. And the countries that understand this are rewriting the rules. For decades, immigration systems were rigid. Temporary visas meant temporary. Work permits meant uncertainty. Renewals meant anxiety. But the world changed. 3 things happened. 1. Remote work exploded. 2. Populations in developed countries started shrinking. 3. Skilled labor shortages became structural, not temporary. Here's a fact that shocks many people. Several advanced economies now have more retirees than young workers entering the labor market. That's not a political issue. That's a math problem. And math doesn't negotiate. Without new workers, systems collapse. Healthcare strains, pension systems weaken, economic growth slows, innovation drops. So governments had 2 choices: close further or adapt. And that's where the shift begins. The biggest structural change happening right now: temporary visas are no longer truly temporary. In many countries, they're becoming design pathways. Let me explain. Instead of work here for 2 years and maybe leave, the system now says work here for 2 to 5 years, meet clear requirements, and transition to permanent residency. That's not generosity, that's design. Mind-blowing fact, in several countries, over 60% of permanent residents first entered on temporary work visas. The trial period model is now standard. Governments realize something powerful. It's safer to test integration first, then offer long-term status to those who contribute. It reduces risk and increases stability. That's strategic immigration engineering.
What do high-skilled migrants want most? Not luxury, not fame, stability. The ability to plan 5 years ahead and buy property without fear.
Start businesses without visa stress. Bring families safely. Educate children long-term. Uncertainty kills integration. So smart countries started reducing uncertainty. Clear criteria. Clear rights progression. In some places, permanent residency now unlocks access to social services, easier home loans, business incentives, faster citizenship tracks. Here's another surprising fact. In certain European countries, permanent residency can be achieved in as little as 3 to 5 years under structured programs. That's faster than many people assume. But the catch? You must qualify. And qualification is increasingly skill-based, not nationality-based. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: population decline. Some countries are shrinking, not slowly, rapidly. In parts of Europe and East Asia, birth rates are below replacement level. Rural areas are emptying, schools are closing, entire towns are aging out. That creates urgency. Here's a reality many don't realize. In some nations, immigration accounts for nearly 100% of population. Without newcomers, population would decline. And when population declines, GDP stagnates, tax base shrinks, healthcare costs rise. So long-term residency pathways aren't charity, they're survival strategy. One of the most fascinating experiments:
digital nomad visas.
Countries realize something brilliant.
Why fight remote work when you can tax it?
Instead of losing citizens to remote global work, they invite foreign remote workers to live locally. Many digital nomad visas now offer 1 to 2 year stays, allow renewals, and sometimes convert to residency routes. That's a major structural shift. 10 years ago, remote workers had no legal category. Now entire visa categories are designed for them. That's not accidental, that's policy evolution. Another mind-blowing mechanism: many countries now publish official lists of in-demand professions. If your job is on that list, visa approval speeds up, points increase, residency pathways shorten. That's targeted immigration. Governments are saying, we don't need everyone, we need specific skills. This precision makes long-term stay easier for the right profiles. It's selective, but structured. Here's the paradox. People say immigration is harder now. In some ways, yes, screening is stricter. Documentation is heavier, background checks are stronger, but once approved, the long-term structure is often clearer than it used to be. Easier to stay strategically. That's the shift. The world isn't becoming closed, it's becoming optimized. Countries are competing quietly for engineers, for healthcare workers, for founders, for taxpayers, for long-term contributors. And the smartest governments understand something simple: short-term migration brings labor, long-term residency builds nations. If you're thinking about building a future abroad, the question isn't, is it possible? The question is, do I fit the system that's quietly opening? Because in 2026 and beyond, the world doesn't reward desperation, it rewards strategy. Drop a comment: would you consider building long-term abroad if the pathway was clear? If this gave you clarity, don't stop here. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The global system is changing fast, and strategy beats emotion.